the noise plugin here allows us to create another type of image on objects, and if we want, we can actually save this image off and reuse it. So what I'm going to do is actually go into my global primitives here. I'm going to drag a rectangle down, then I'm going to go back into my plugins, and we're in the texture folder here. So within the texture folder we have this plugin called Noise. I'm going to drag this noise down, and first I'm just going to go back into my transformation editor. I'm going to scale my rectangle up a little bit so we can see a little bit better. Now within the noise function, you can see what it did here is that it actually added the noise function, and plus it added this little image here. Inside the editor here we have a couple options, and we have a width and a height. So I have it constrained to a rectangle, but we could actually make this a little bit bigger if we needed to. We can set the width and the height to 512 by 512 pixels or 1024 by 1024. So whatever you're using, you can use that. We also have a format here, RGB, RGBA. We have an alpha, a luminance, and a luminance alpha as well. So whichever format you want to use, you can select it under the format there. So we have a couple options here below that. We have a factor X, which we can adjust, and you can see when I adjust the numerical value of this factor X, how it's affecting the image here. Also, same thing with factor Y. You can see when we adjust the numerical image here, it adjusts the Y factor of this image. We also can add some turbulence here. So if I increase the turbulence, you can see how it's affecting the image. We'll have a turbulence 2 that we can also adjust, a turbulence 3, and then we have a frequency as well. So the frequency may be determined how much you have on your turbulence 1, 2, and 3. So we'll reset that. We also have an exponent that we can adjust to, and again you can see how it's making the changes. We have a foreground color and a background color, so if we want to change the color on this, we can. I'm just going to set it back to white. Now down at the very bottom we have other options here. So right now it's kind of just set to a wave, and we hit wave, you can see that it takes it back to what it was. We also have clouds that we can adjust, and again if you come back up into your X factor and your Y factor and your different turbulences and frequencies, you'll get a different setting. Also we have a marble, a noise, and a randomize. So you can use this plugin to actually create different type of textures. Now again, if we want to kind of save off this texture that we want, so let's say I want to create some type of reflective image and I want to save this image off. So I have it set to wave here, and I can just increase my turbulences a little bit. And what I'm going to do is actually, if I need an alpha channel or a key channel with this, I'm going to slide the key down as well. If I turn on the key channel, you can see that it's actually mapped to a rectangle, so it's actually going to key out the rectangle. So what I'm going to do is just select a folder up here where I want to save it. I'm going to take a snapshot. This time, since I do have a key on it, I want to put the RGBA. So let's put something here like noise reflect for the name. I'm going to hit OK. And here you can see that it creates this little image. Now I'm going to double click on this image, and first thing that I want to do is just scale this down a little bit. So let's go down like 40%, and there it tells you the size of the image. So we can even go down a little bit more, and I'll just type in 80. It takes it down a little bit more. Now I'm just going to crop and add. So if I select the crop and add, we have these numerical values over here that we can use, but we can also use the little icon or the window here and use our mouse pointer here to spread our crop and add out. So once I have it where I want it, I'm just going to hit apply, and I'm just going to save over that. So I'm going to hit save and then close. Now we have this little image up here now. So what that means, I'm going to get rid of this rectangle, and let's go back into our built-ins. We'll grab a cube, we'll drag this down, we'll go back into our server, grab that image that we just made, and now we have this reflective image that we could use. So if we come into the image editor, change the mapping to reflection, and when I scale this up, rotate this around, you can see that it's a grayish type metallic reflection. So it's a way that you can use the noise plugin to create images to reuse over and over. Now one other thing about the noise function is that if we drag another rectangle down and we drag this noise on it, within the noise it will actually allow us to keyframe each one of these things. So if we want to kind of keyframe the turbulence 1, 2, 3 or anything like that, we can do that. So what I'm going to do is just select this to noise. I'm going to go back into my transformation editor. I'm going to scale this up and go into my noise function here, and you can see we have it set to noise. So if I set a keyframe here, now I'm going to go into my turbulence 1 and 2 and just adjust this a little bit. We'll set another keyframe. We'll hit play. You can see that it creates an animation, and now it actually gives us that like television fuzz. So if you needed to create an effect like that with the noise and or wave, clouds, marble, you can also use those things to animate the actual texture on it.